Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Contingency Contracts. We are on Maw of the Void, and we are doing the Paradox mission into the Void. And complete disclaimer here, I hate this mission. I hate this Paradox. I hate everything about it. I have been at this for about 3 hours, trying to just come up with something that would be fun to watch, and I can't do it. It's awful. So instead, we're using Movie Edition, and we're going to spawn Raynor, Tychus, Hansen, Stetman, Swan, Tosh, and Horner into the Rit Field and watch them die over and over as they try to do stuff. Or maybe they'll just blitz through. I have no idea which way it's going to be, but that's what we're going to do. We're gonna have that set up, and then we can read through the Paradox. The warship has suddenly warped into the Void, causing all player units and structures on the map to continuously take damage. However, Mobius has provided you with Zelnoga tech. This allows you to capture Ritfield generators with ground and turn the Ritfields into shields that no longer deal damage and instead protects your units from the Void. In addition, you'll get 1,000 extra minerals and Vespine at the start. Take caution, however, the enemy will use the Void Thrashers to attack your captured Ritfield generators and are now reinforced with Super Unique Hybrid. The artifact vault remains invulnerable as long as there is super unique hybrid present. So this is a really cool idea. It's really, really cool. And the first time that I set up something against it, I just was accidentally so super buff that I killed all the hybrid with no effort at all, and they were let down. And then I unbuffed myself and I tried it again, and it was impossible. Because the void damage is too high, and you have to spam battle cruisers because nothing else can deal with the void damage and the Ritfield generators. And then I just ping-ponged back and forth trying to get something that would be somewhat interesting to watch, and I could not do it. I apologize. It feels like it's just so extreme, particularly with the design of this mission, that it is not particularly viable. You know what? While we're here, Might of the Forged, we can showcase some stuff. We're going to use this as a test bed to showcase a couple tools then. I think that's a good way to salvage that. I'm just thinking as I'm going. So we're having a buffed enemy mothership at the end. I don't want restricted arsenal. It's fine. Might of the Forge enemy is there, Tal'Darim variants. And then this thing so that I can get the Fatal Impact upgrade, because you have to have more of these than these. Then we're using Movie Edition to spawn in the people, Afterburners to move real fast because it's funny. And then these are the 25-point Zerg and Protoss talents. I will read them when they become relevant, and we'll go over them. The reason I have not shown those 25-point talents for the most part is because the text might as well say, win the game. And for the most part, that's not particularly exciting. You know, like it's fun the first time, but then it's not super interesting past that. And it's definitely the, hey, make sure that the mod is always beatable. And that's okay. It's good that that exists. It's just not necessarily good for YouTube videos. But, you know, sometimes it's okay to just nuke everything. So as you can see, you capture these points with infantry, which I thought was super, super interesting. I was really excited about that. The ability to use ground forces, I thought was going to be super exciting and cool. However, the combination of the Ritfield in tandem with the void that is everywhere outside of the bubbles meant that ground units just couldn't go anywhere. And because these all overlap, they couldn't really defend the place as well. Like, if you don't have this, you gain control of the structure. It has hit points and shields and can die, and if it dies, it's permanently unshielded forever. And you can't really defend it with ground units because you can't just sit them there because they're in the next one's Ritfield, and then in the next one's Ritfield over and over and over again due to the overlapping nature. I think Eclairtul had a really good idea, and I think that the design of Maw of the Void itself is what caused the core issues. I don't blame Eclairtul for this. Maw of the Void, I think, is the hardest mission to mod overall, simply because of how extreme everything is in its initial design. I think it is the most extreme of all the StarCraft missions, except maybe like, I mean, even All In is more moddable, I think. Because All In at least gives you a lot of money to work with. Oh yeah, I forgot about these guys. Don't worry. Zoomy zoomy. So I guess while we are building up, I can talk a little bit about those research things that I got. I got Fatal Impact and the Mobius Mothership. The Mobius Mothership is a top bar ability that summons a Mobius Mothership. It's insane! Oh, well, our boys are starting to spawn. That's cool. I hope they start doing useful stuff soon. Jim is here. We're going to grab this money. I would like to join them. Yeah, the Mobius Mothership is really, really strong. It has that extermination beam that, get back. We can go deal with that Void Thrasher. But Jim already did it. Well, here's our Mobius Mothership. It can fight with the team. It fires off a Void Domain that has the ability to... Everyone in this Void field takes 50% reduced move and attack speed for enemies, and then they have a chance to be one-shot. It's got a blink. It has a laser beam that, if it kills something, it kills all units of the same type on the map. So, for example, if we were to cast it... Oh, can't target neutral. I thought we were going to be able to do every bonus simultaneously. Let's find a thing. If we target a Archon, then every Archon on the map just died. And then it has the ability to basically do a super death mega doom explosion that kills every enemy in an enormous radius. So it's insane. It's the 25-point Protoss research talent. The other option that you have for that level is, if you remember the Helium Flash that was like the global nuke that we used on Mission 3 when we were fighting against Kerrigan back in the first episode. That is the alternate. And then we have the 25-point Zerg talents. Now, one of them we don't have, but both of those are activated when you complete the bonus objectives. As soon as the bonuses are done for the mission, then you get an effect. The one that we don't have does random... It creates a climate condition that will constantly just mind control enemies for a long... it's like for 45 seconds with a 180-second cooldown, I think. Basically, it's just permanently for the rest of the game. You're getting a ton of random mind control value. And then this one, I will explain in a moment. Once we get it. This is going to be a very short episode, by the way. I apologize. As I said, I've been at this for 3 hours, and I've kind of just lost the patience for it. So instead, it's just, here's the really OP stuff.
You're very close to the artifact.
Darn right we are. Alright, so when you do this Hansen Sensen Wave, no, it drops it's 99 nukes. The 25-point Zerg talent drops 99 nukes across the map. Which is, it's a lot. As I said, on most of the missions, if you were to do it, it is legitimately just the game ends. Which is why I don't really... It is killing my allies, though, which is hilarious. Hey, at least a super hybrid are coming. That's cool. Let's, we use the ground units to steal this Void Pulse thing. Here's the Frost hybrid. The hybrid are really cool. This is another thing that drives me wild. I think that this mission has so much promise because a super unique hybrid are really cool. This is a hybrid with the ability to freeze enemies in its with its attacks and icicles. When it's engulfed by the ice shield, it will rapidly regenerate and shoot out icicles when attacked. Do not get close to it when this happens. Then there's a Star Snatcher. Never saw this guy before. Can summon the Avatar of Stars. Alright. Well, this is the ice guy. They're all going to get nuked. We can just gain these void things. The problem, I think, is just the void damage. It's so oppressive that you don't get to do much throughout most of the mission, or you buff yourself so much that it's too easy. And it truly was just getting that balance, which was something I don't have the ability to do. So are you the Herald of Star? Yeah, the Avatar of Stars. Seems to do some sort of healing thing. That's fine. I can summon Mobius's mom. We activate this void zone. laser him, and he's gone. The nukes are still dropping, by the way. It's insane. I don't know what to say. It's just ridiculous. You know, maybe it's good to have a shorter episode every once in a while. I can't move because we are stuck in a vortex, which is pretty funny. We need to send you guys over to capture these points while this is happening. But the 25-point talent literally cleared the entire map on its own, except for the end speaker. Its rank is Gandalf? Yeah, all right. Did that come up before? I don't remember. Yep, there's the Void Zone. As I said, it has a chance to make one-shots happen, and it just accidentally one-shot the final boss of the mission. And now all we have to do is destroy the Zelnaga Vault. But we can't target invulnerable units. Oh, we can't win while Super Hybrid are on the field, and we saw one over here. Must include this one. Our allies are ridiculous. Even though they're walking through the Void Zone for the most part, they're still okay. Let's deactivate this and be ready for the end. I do apologize, today's video is bad. I'm well aware. I legitimately just don't know what to do sometimes when it becomes something like this. It's like, it's very hard to work with. Because I want to show dynamic and interesting things, but this guy's actually really strong. Maybe we can start figuring stuff out. So this is a Ripfield generator. The enemy has a carrier, but they're not attacking it. So now the Ripfield shouldn't do any damage. They sent a Gorgon? Alright. I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue, actually. Pull these guys back. I have no idea what this guy does, except for the fact that he probably doesn't beat a Gorgon. So, yeah, that is the power fantasy aspect of this mod. As I said, I do think it is good that these power fantasy things exist. I do think that it is worth having a showcase. I didn't know when to do it. And I do think this mission was very, very impossible for me to make an actual good video about. I apologize. It's it's not a good video. I am well aware. But at least it's a short bad video. Cool. 3 hours. I already streamed for 3 hours too. And I had to do main channel video recording for an hour and a half. It's been like almost 9 hours of stuff just recorded. I'm gonna go pass out. I'm so sorry.